Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So in front of us is the 991.2 Porsche 911 GT3. This is finished off in GT Silver Metallic, and we're going to start off today's review with what powers this rear engine manual sports car. So we have that engine release located on the door sill, and when you lock this up into place, that is all that you get to see for the 4-liter flat 6 engine. We basically have the fans and then some vitals on that left side there that you can add as needed. So you really don't have a view of the engine bay, and then with that release, you can easily close that. So like I mentioned earlier, this is paired to the 6-speed manual transmission, pumping out 500 horsepower, 339 pound-feet of torque sent to those rear wheels. It will propel this 3,200 pound sports car from 0 to 60 in as quick as 3 seconds, depending on your manual driving skill level, up to its top speed of 199. Fuel economy, you're looking at 15 in the city and 20 out on the highway. Honestly, not bad figures for daily driving use for the performance that you get. Now, as we work our way to the exterior styling, in my opinion, all Porsche models pretty much look identical, minus that massive wing in the back, but they all have a similar design element to them. Not to say that's good or bad, but once you drive one, you really get to understand the differences between the models, even with the similar exterior styling. So up front, we have a lot of inlets and mesh to provide cooling and aerodynamics for this model. There's also a heat extraction vent up top, so airflow can get channeled through and go right up the back into the engine. Turn signals are mounted in the lower section. This has the iconic design for the headlights with the high beams and DRL ring, of course. And then, being rear engine, this has the frunk. So the front storage space, you can utilize the button on the key fob or the one next to that engine release. And when you open this up, a massive amount of storage space up front. So honestly, for the performance, this is a practical vehicle. You could absolutely daily drive this 911 if you truly wanted to. You have a lot of space. Now we have a staggered setup for the wheels, 20 by 9.5, 20 by 12, with a multi-spoke design, and then the massive red brake calipers. Fuel cap is on the passenger side, as well as this model having carbon fiber for the mirror caps. Now for the side design, pretty subtle, just like the front end. Very nice curved lines that run down the side. So there's nothing too aggressive about it from the side angle. I wouldn't say it's plain, but it has more of a classic design to it. And then the elephant in the room is this massive fixed wing. The third brake light is up there too. We have the LED taillights, center mounted dual exhaust. And then there's even inlets on this engine cover, so that way the airflow can travel right into the engine there and provide a lot of cooling. So definitely an aggressive rear design to it with the size of that wing. But overall, I mean, you can't really go wrong with this car. Now, as we work our way to the interior, leather and Alcantara is on the door panel. There's also 2 areas for storage, in the back and one in the front. Bose audio, side mirror adjustments too. And then GT3s don't have the rear seats, so basically rear seat delete with additional storage. It's gonna be hard to get into there since we have the carbon fiber sport bucket seats. They do not recline or incline. You can slide them forwards and that is it. So if you want storage in the rear, you might just have to work for it a little bit harder. But these seats are incredible. A little bit of a process to slide down into them, but once you are in, you are ready to go. Now, on all Porsche models, the ignition is on the left side. So we'll insert that, put it into neutral basically, fire this up, and off the bat, it is already loud. We have an exhaust button to make it even louder, but looking at the gauge cluster setup, we have analog on the left 3 there, with your miles per hour, tach, a few other vitals on the right, fuel gauge, and another vitals on that right side. But there is one digital screen. You can use this stalk right here to further go through some important vitals, especially if you're daily driving. There's also performance tabs that you can monitor, but you also have phone audio, navigation that you can go through as needed. So it is nice to have that. Alcantara surrounds the steering wheel. No hand controls on the steering wheel. you are ready to take this for a drive. You don't need to be messing around with any of those controls. We do get cruise control, which is awesome to see. On the left side, e-brake, the headlight adjustments, one air vent there. There's a clock in the middle, and then we have a touchscreen system. Now, there's nothing too fancy about this, but it is nice to have, especially again for a daily. You can pull up the map, use that as needed. You have a few car settings to go into, and then media, phone, and your radio. CD player in this model too, and then all of your climate adjustments, which is very important to have, I think, even in a vehicle like this, with your temperature, where you like the air to go, fan speed, all of that. This also gets a backup camera, which is extremely helpful. And the boot is surrounded or covered in Alcantara. We have that exhaust note button, different levels of traction control, sport mode, and a suspension button. Center armrest is fixed, so there's no storage there, but you have the door panels like I mentioned. You also have the glove box, and you even have hidden cup holders. I absolutely love this feature. I think more sports cars should incorporate that. They aren't the largest, but you can still fit some drinks in there. You just have to obviously know what size. And visibility is actually good. The rear wing there is a bit bulky through the rear view mirror. Not sure if you can see that or not, but you can see underneath it. That's how high it is. You can easily see underneath it. But I think it's time now to get this GT3 out on the road. And from second gear, here we go. All right, that's it for today. Short shifting, I know, but man, such a fun car. Now, the 991.2 911 GT3, these cars are going for about $200K in today's market. The starting MSRP for a 2023 is around $170, but on the used market, they are trading for $200, give or take, somewhere around there. And I think the manual might add to that price a little bit more than the PDK. They're both amazing transmissions. It just depends on your preference, what you are looking to get. But it's an expensive car, but I can absolutely see the fun factor. You're not going to drive this around in a bad mood. You hop behind the wheel and your day is going to change. If not, you're already having a good day, and then you just get a bonus getting to drive this around. It is so cool. It's also very comfortable. I've had it in the hard suspension or sport suspension, and I honestly haven't had any issues. I'm more of a stiff suspension type of person, so it doesn't bother me. But you can put it into the more relaxed setting if you want to as well. Man, it's quick. Obviously it's quicker than what I'm doing today, but I can see the potential. This is such an amazing car. A huge shout out to 704 Exotics for letting me get behind the wheel and experience the latest generation for this GT3. Check out their website. That link is down in the description below. And make sure you give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, so you can stay tuned with our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.